what this team is in essence. Is they're the number one in the West. They're some of the best that Collegiate Rocket League has to offer, and that's exactly the team you're going to face every time. And that's the standard I think these fine players hold themselves to.
All right, Boise State heading up against Mizzou, who will take home the first win in this best of 5. Will Boise State sweep this with a complete 3-0? We're ready to head on down to the field and see how this shakes out. Second game of the Division I season for spring 2024. And do you think we're going to see any quick kickoffs? Do you think there will be a goal in the first 30 seconds of the match? I always like to do that prediction.
Yeah, I think in the first 30 seconds, it's entirely possible here going forward.
Yes or no? I'm going to hold you to a prediction.
You know, and I'm going to elaborate on my yes.
Okay.
But not elaborate.
All right. Well, we'll see if it plays out right now, as we actually got Gil in for Boise State right now, kind of the other main player. It's been with Durtho and Woozy. Right now, Woozy trying to put a bit of pressure onto Mizzou. Boise State already with the side control. Gil unable to set it up for anybody. Durtho back in midfield. Exodia moving on in, will get demoed. Woozy now passing back toward midfield. Frostbite blocks it dead center. Puts a shot on goal. Gil to save. Exodia for a follow-up. Now Durtho with the dribble back on over. Frostbite still contesting in midfield. Durtho, a pass off to the side. And a demo onto Woozy as well. Mizzou definitely giving the Broncos a run for their money. Woozy has to rotate in, and the shot won't come through quite yet.
Frostbite slows it down a little bit, trying to get around Woozy. Was able to do it, but not around Gil. Durtho's going to interrupt the pass, send it back to the side. Well, here Woozy's going to send it right back to the corner here. Going to stay on this ball. Circle a little bit around it. Fake the commit, actually. Get a good 50 with Exodia. Crime's going to send it back up to the backboard. Durtho's going to maintain control, send it all the way back around, get a flick over one here. Going to grab 100, looking to get past the second. Does that, past all three, and leaves Woozy to an open net. Wow.
Very nice job by Boise State. Once Durtho sets it up, he immediately tries to swap over to disrupting. Frostbite was also just a bit too far back on that rotation. Now Boise State gets the first goal of the game. 3 minutes, 47 seconds left in game one.
White Lily one by one took them all on. There's Gil. One for an air dribble play. Able to get it past one as well. Now going for a doomsday dish. Oh my. In the past 20 seconds, Boise State has lit up this scoreboard here. Impressive control by Gil right there.
We were seeing a lot of demos come out from Mizzou in kind of the first few minutes of this game, but all of a sudden the flip has been switched, and the Broncos up to 2-0. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left.
About the kickoffs again. Exodia looking to control here. Gets a flick over Woozy. Not exactly a hard challenge there. Crims. Now going to control the ball on the sidewall, looking to get a solo play going here. Going to overplay the ball. Woozy to get the challenge. Exodia gets one. Gil waiting on the backboard there. Going to get a 50. Frostbite's going to get a demo on Woozy. Gil going to air dribble into midfield here. Pass it over to Durtho. Durtho going for a flip reset. Going to be saved out by Crims though. Woozy gets one touch. Leaves it up to Exodia.
Now Frostbite moving up the field with, I think that's actually Crimes there for a Mizzou. Frostbite moving on in, trying to set up a shot. Woozy just body blocks him around the corner. Now going to pass the ball back toward mid. Crimes gets a few touches on it, but doesn't find anything from it. Boise State regains side control off the backboard, but they're a bit too far back on the field to follow up on that. But now that I'm sure that they're ready to contest and have the boost that they need, a play's going to come through here from Gil, and a quick one put on goal. Boise State up 3-0.
Wow. Absolutely heads-up play right there. Durtho able to get a really good 50 there. Woozy, instead of trying to go around Exodia, is going to find the teammate in the midfield there, Gil, and it's going to put an absolute dime of a shot on the back of the net. And now it's 3-0 in game one with just sub 3 minutes left here on the kickoff.
Durtho moves off to the side to contest with Frostbite. Now they have an open goal. Durtho sees it, puts it in, and we're up to 4-0.
Just absolute mechanical brilliance right now that BSU is showing over Mizzou right now. It's really insane here, and that's all I can really describe it as. It's just mechanically, game sense wise, just overall, this team is firing on all cylinders right now.
Frostbite, this good positioning by Crimes to push it toward the goal. Woozy and Gil see it. They both double commit on it. Durtho going to try to push it back toward mid. Not often that we see a double commit for the Broncos, but can they recover? Bad positioning there. Pays against them. Mizzou, first goal.
Unfortunate read, an unfortunate bounce there Yeah, you really don't expect that off the corner wall there, but that's going to be absolute capitalization there by Mizzou, and they're going to put their first point on the board right now. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left, 1-4. Broncos still in the lead here off this kickoff. Crim's going to win that, but there's a great bump there on Exodia. Frostbite and Dirtha will meet at the same time with the ball there. Frostbite attempting to get a read there. A flick up from Gill, trying to connect with Woozy, not going to find them. Crims gets challenged off the ceiling, going to send out the backboard. Woozy's waiting, going to get a soft touch into midfield for Dirtho. Not going to find it, and a disrupt by Woozy to send it to the midfield to Gill. And there's Dirtho on the sidewall trying to find a pass, but not going to find a teammate there before he's disrupted.
Ball up for grabs in mid. Crimes gets to it before Woozy. Dirtho goes flying past it. Has to be left up to either Gill or Woozy. Crimes puts one into the back corner. Woozy fills up on boost. The follow-up coming through from Exodia. Can they center it to get it in? Gill is going to disrupt it somewhat. And Gill and Woozy now both go for the ball. Crimes to stop that in midfield. Another double commit by the Broncos being brought out all of a sudden.
Both those players sit in the exact same spot at the exact same time. It's going to get a little confusing there. Woozy now off the sidewall, trying to go for a second touch. Not going to be able to get it. Frostbite into the midfield here after defending the goal. And now Dirtho looking for a bit of a solo, just trying to maintain possession. Gill gets absolutely demoed, but Dirtho and Woozy are still looking to connect on a pass. They're not going to find it, however, but Gill has a kind of open net. Going to get stuffed out, though, and now a absolute demo frenzy coming out from Mizzou as this 1 minute mark hits the screen.
Still a pretty comfortable lead for Boise State. Oh, it might be a little less comfortable. A shot goes right off of the left post. Boise State will still walk away from that with a 3-goal lead. Now Woozy going to make a bit of space for the Broncos. Runs right into Exodia, but the dribble does go through largely, allowing Boise State to get some side control and just bleed time off. Dirtho setting it up for someone possibly. It's going to be Gill. Puts a shot on goal, and it connects. Gill gets his hat trick.
Beautiful placement right there. A really impressive series right there for the Broncos. I mean, a bit of a shout out to Mizzou for keeping it out of the back of the net for quite a bit of time there, longer than I think since the start of the game. 30 seconds left, though, off the start of this kickoff. Exodia might be able to get a good read there. Ooh. Unfortunate. I believe on the cheat, missed the bump touch there. Yeah, off the cheat, didn't find it. Frostbite was able to survive that bump tactic off the kickoff. They would have put one in the back of the net. But still, Boise State leading by 3 here.
Gill following up off the kickoff. Exodia making a bit of space back for himself. Puts a quick one onto the goal, putting Mizzou within striking distance of the Broncos.
Really good control there. Attempts to get disrupted and a really solid flick, and to find Woozy just a tad off center. Able to find the back of the net. 2 goals here. Still a solid lead for Boise State here, especially 20 seconds considering. Frostbite going to maintain control though. Off the sidewall, not going for a solo. Gill to disrupt. Pitch it right back into the ground. Crims looking for a read. There's Woozy off the backboard. Going to bang in the midfield. Trying to get Dirtho. Dirtho, I don't think quite gets the touch, but the missed touch by Frostbite isn't going to be enough. Doesn't save the ball, and the Broncos are going to find the back of the net here for a 6th time.
At this point, it's just brownie points for the Broncos. With this little time left, they have secured the first game most definitely. We'll be moving on to game 2 with a chance to end this with a sweep. They will be at match point if they win the next game. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. The ball needs to hit the ground for game 1, and that is officially in the books. Boise State winning 6 to Mizzou 3.
Still, even towards the very end, I mean, it was 5-0 for the majority of that game. It really was. Mizzou was not really contesting with a whole lot of what the Broncos were able to put up, especially in that beginning half. I mean, they were just absolutely dominating.
This is the most laid back I've seen Dirtho. Normally he's really focused in, leaning forward, but I mean, he was back, had a smile on his face, had a good reason to have a smile on his face with a scoreline like that for game 1.
Yeah, with your team performing like that, there's no reason not to take a second to break yourself, control it, But like it's like we said.
There we go. That's what I'm used to seeing. That's where I'm used to seeing him. I'm glad production, you backed me up there, so I didn't look like I was insane. I always appreciate that. And this was just another great play by Gill. Finding the hat trick. I was going to think Dirtho was going to find the first hat trick because he had 2 goals, I think, before everyone else. So he was on the precipice for a long time.
But I mean, that's a really solid team when you ask me, is when a team that's able to just trade off shots like that, where it's really not one singular person that has everything and all the goals and all the saves and all the touches, but when each individual player is able to shine and utilize their strengths and their abilities, that's when you have a really deadly team. And a really unpredictable team as well, because every player shoots the ball differently, plays the ball differently. It's a lot harder to defend against one person. It's very easy to defend against one, but when you have 3 people taking a shot back to back and in a rapid succession like the Broncos typically can, it gets a lot harder to defend your net.
Second game on deck, and the kickoff already in favor of the Broncos. Woozy putting one up and to the side. Will push it back toward the other part of the field. Durtho around the corner, unable to center. Exodia contesting, now goes for the dribble. It's only going to make it past midfield mark. Woozy in the goal, not able to stop. Exodia was unstoppable.
Yeah, just serves that area and gets a really good touch there. Gil decides not to commit to that ball and finds really good timing there. Talking about timing to commit to the ball. Exodia's got that shot on lock, and in game number 2, Mizzou's going to lead it here in the first 19 seconds of the match. Out the kickoff, going to be looking to continue to capitalize off of that. Durtho gets bumped off the sidewall. Frostbite's going to continue with the carry there. Crimes going to get a touch. Woozy to control in the midfield here. Gets a good flick over 1. Not able to get it over Exodia. Frostbite now trying to time this out. Able to get a soft touch over 1. Connect to Durtho. Durtho gets 1. Now on the ground. Gets a good 50. Keeping this in Mizzou territory. As a shot attempt by Gil. Going to be a bit wide. Durtho now off the ceiling. Looking to keep this play going. It's missed touch by Frostbite. Saved out by Crims though.
Woozy unable to stop it at mid. Boise State looking for the equalizer. Durtho setting it up. Gil to redirect, but no, Exodia sees an open goal, and it's just a bit toward the right. Durtho will now have possession. Moving up, Grimes stopping it mid. Woozy back up and toward the far side of the goal. Durtho with a nice little touch.
No.
Doesn't find it.
Oh, what an absolutely beautiful save by Frostbite there. Getting the pixel perfect save. Now on the counteroffensive here. Oh, and a very unfortunate 50 with Durtho right there. Going to find themselves in a very advantageous spot to take that, and going to find the bottom right corner of the net.
Yeah, that's not one to beat yourself up over. Sometimes just a weird freak angle like that shows itself. So 3 minutes, 33 seconds. Boise State 2 behind against Mizzou.
Off the kickoff there, Exodia taking control. Off the corner there, Gil's going to get a good 50. Woozy get the demo as well. Now Crim's going for a bit of a psycho there. Oh. On the rotation here, Durtho take a shot. It's low. Exodia is going to be the one to take control. Frostbite looking to get a chance to clear this ball away. Gil to get one to put it back on the backboard there. And Durtho with the fast follow-up. Put one back on the board for the Broncos.
I think the Broncos also kind of recognize that this were in the seconds right before that match. You got 2 players from Mizzou kind of bunched up in the same corner and one hanging out in goal. So they took advantage of the positioning to secure themselves the first goal, but they still got a ways to go to tie it up. Especially if Exodia scores right there out of the blue.
There's not a whole lot of times a touch like that pays off for you, and that time it did. Just gets out far enough from Woozy to not be able to get the retouch. Lands perfectly into the arms of a teammate for the side of Mizzou. Now 3-1. Here the Broncos trailing. Woozy not able to get the touch in time. Frostbite is up and elevated. Gets a touch of the wheels. Leave it for Durtho, but Durtho has boost and is going to find Woozy on the other side. A redirect. Going to find it past Grins, and wow, just like that, they're going to be right back in striking distance.
Exodia tries to bounce up, but Woozy wins that crucial 50 to put one on the goal. Broncos now one behind yet again. Exodia has been the main playmaker for Mizzou, but it might not be him alone that gets them to victory. Frostbite trying to put one on, flicks it, and it's off to the right. Boise State walks away from that one, and now it's an opportunity to clear with that demo.
Really good continuation by Gil there. Not going to go up again. Get a beautiful demo there. It goes car instead of ball. Durtho looking to get a double. Not going to be able to find. There's Woozy with an open net. Absolutely beautiful succession of touches and plays there by BSU. That's exactly what you want to see from a well-coordinated team like this. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, tied game with half the game still have to play.
Can the Broncos actually go into the lead is the question. Ball off to the side. Durtho fresh on boost. It's going to be Gil actually who takes it first, trying to set it up or just take it in. Demo onto Crimes. Durtho's going to stop the ball from being clear. Respawn comes through for a Mizzou. Woozy moving in, setting it up for Gil. Shot just off to the right. Not going to find a goal.
Gil out trying to get a pass over at Durtho. Pretty close to the net, though. Crims looking for a double, looking dangerous. And there's an assisted touch there by Frostbite, but it's not strong enough to find the net. Exodia is going to be credited with the clear here as well. Woozy going to send it back to the defensive side from Mizzou. Frostbite now with an air dribble opportunity. Gets a 50 over Gil. Off the backboard, Crims has a shot opportunity. There's Durtho. Back of the net. And he's going to find the save. Plus the counteroffensive shot. The Broncos are right back in the lead for game number 2.
And for the first time this game, it took quite a while for them to make it, but now they are in control of this match into the next kickoff.
Right at the kickoff here. Exodia going to take control of the ball. Looks to get a flick here. Going to be absolutely stuffed out by Gil. Durtho is going to get a clearance in midfield there. There's the demo by Frostbite onto Gil. Exodia gets a touch into the back half. Crims not going to control on the sidewall. Woozy off the ceiling. Beautiful touch, but not going to be able to get the ball away from Crims here. Now Gil's going to get a touch that gets them away.
Frostbite moves in, goes for the flip reset, unable to carry it forward. Zodia up into the side. Crims waiting for a possible follow-up, doesn't quite get it. Woozy now pushing it over toward Durtho. There's a lot of territory made, and it's stopped by Exodia right before the goal.
Exodia able to get one flick around. Woozy able to get a touch up. Crims is going to be there to contest. Frostbite now looking for a touch on the backboard there. There's Durtho to get the touch, redirect it into the midfield. Exodia's going to take a shot, bounces a bit wide. There's Gil to clear it out with the assistance of Durtho. Now Durtho looking for a double, get a bit under. There's Gil to take a shot, blocked out by Frostbite, however.
Durtho places one on, doesn't quite find it. It bounces off one of the posts. Woozy back on field. Not able to stop the shot on goal. Durtho also demoed in the corner. Zoo with the possibility in the final 20 seconds to score one. Huge demo onto Frostbite, though. Gil just trying to body block it in front of the goal. Durtho comes in for the follow-up. He could score an insurance goal here. Does Gil go in for the follow-up? He gets demoed. Mizzou now looking for a goal. They need to score one right now and keep the ball up in the air. And that's possibly a setup there, but Gil wins that 50, getting the Broncos the victory in game 2.
Really, really close game at the very end of it. And even though I would kind of count Mizzou's 2 or 3 goals as really just taking advantage of opportunities that sort of fell in their lap, that's really the big name of the game there. But nevertheless, they did pose a pretty big challenge to the Broncos there in the first half of the game of managing to put enough goals there to forcing BSU to really become a lot more reactive and have to put a lot more tougher shots on net and play a little bit more like a unit than I guess it was, where in game 1 we were able to show off some more more mechanics, whereas I think in game 2 we saw a little bit more of that polar opposite side of it we saw a lot more of this teamwork, this cohesive unit that we're really used to seeing.
Now the Broncos sit at match point with an opportunity to clear it all up, and it really was kind of the explosiveness of Frostbite and Exodia, especially. I think he's the most unpredictable player in terms of Mizzou, just because he recognizes opportunities so quickly and puts shots on before the Broncos can react.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about, of taking advantage of situations that you find that fall in your lap. I mean, when you, for the mistouch by Woozy there, that's one of those things of you really don't predict, but it kind of just happens, and you need to be in the right position, and your teammates need to be in the right position to take advantage of that. And that's half the reason why they're able to stay in the game for that long and put 3 up on the net and kind of force that game to be such a high-stakes scenario that was so far from a different story of what we saw in game 1. But nevertheless, the Broncos are now 2-0 in a best-of-5 series here with the ability to close out the series and take the lead in Division 1, where we have a 3-piece passing play from BSU. Not going to find the shot opportunity from Durtho, but Gil's going to take control and get it past one, maybe find an open net. Nope, that's going to be Crims to get a block.
Nice little contest by Crims will give Mizzou a little bit of room to work with and contest in mid. Woozy plays a quick shot on the goal, blocked by Exodia. Durtho trying to set up a follow-up with Gil in tow. Gil is going to, the ball just drops right behind him, so they can't take the play forward. Demo on to Crims again. Gil coming in, trying to dunk it down with Durtho. Can he get it? He scores!
That's exactly what you love to see there. And there's that flashy mechanical ability in combination with team play and cohesiveness. That demo, pre-planned, absolutely nasty. Exodia not able to get the squishes there they're looking for. Bit of a fake, bit of a shot on net. Nevertheless, it works out for the side of the Broncos. 1-0. Entering that 1-minute territory.
Exodia gets demoed before he can even place a shot on the goal. Durtho spots an open goal. He's going to take it all the way, but Exodia, I told you he was the most unexpected player on Mizzou. Unpredictable. He comes in right out of the corner, and they streak one in to tie it up.
The handoff play there was really sick here. And I actually really like to see this type of shot where you just go up and you just meet your teammate in the middle. Kind of a 1 meter pinch, honestly, from the goal line there. And Mizzou showing that they can stick with the best of them. Right off the kickoff, gonna get demoed. There's Frostbite going for a beautiful bump. Yeah, that's just the disruption play there is really well done by Mizzou.
Yeah, that was picture perfect. That's kind of textbook. And he sees Crims goes for the ball, immediately recognize he can get in Durtho's face. Durtho's the only one there. Yeah, it's still pretty impressive considering how much he was getting disrupted.
Yeah.
Durtho is going to get a bit of revenge onto Exodia. To say, no, you're not going to disrupt me for the rest of this game. But Crims almost taking toward the goal almost again. Look at this bunching by Boise State. They need to get more spread out on the field, and they're going to do that, be able to walk away. But can another goal be scored by Mizzou? We'll have to see as it goes back to mid.
That's just an absolute change of pace that this Mizzou team is taking right here. They're taking a lot more of this approach. And just as I was thinking about switching up the approach, BSG is going to go on the offensive here, getting a double demo. Looking to get a third, wasn't able to find it. Exodia now in the back half of things. Trying to get a couple more bumps here. Crims loses the 50 there. There's Frostbite on the backboard. Going to get one, looking for a second, is able to get it. Gil in the back half, though, able to control. Not able to get the 50 over Exodia, but going to lead it back to their half. And there's Crims with an open net shot opportunity after the Exodia demo onto Gil. But I don't even think the demo on Gil was necessary. There was simply nobody in the near net.
Yeah, it was just kind of more position. Boise State, Woozy, and Gil both pushed up so far. Durtho not in a position where he can rotate back. We've seen a whole bunch of demos be brought out this game. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left with Mizzou leading by 2.
Beautiful control there by Durtho right there. Frostbite's going to take control. Gil looking to 50. Not going to be able to do too much, though. Frostbite going to get under Durtho. Shot opportunity by Crims. Going to be blocked out by Woozy, however. Gil taking control, looking to get a touch in midfield, now connecting with Woozy, but Frostbite's there to get a touch in early. Durtho unable to get that read. Now Gil has to circle back, get one touch in midfield. Woozy trying to play disruption here in the back half of Mizzou's territory. Durtho to get one onto the sidewall. Frostbite's going to get a boom clear. Gil going to recenter it, trying to connect to Woozy. Woozy able to get one, but gets slightly bumped off a play. Now Frostbite with control is going to flick it past Durtho.
Oh, a lot of ground gained up. Place the shot on goal. Gil saves it. Woozy on the counter, goes for fifth reset. Can't keep taking it. Durtho with a nice little chance at a pinch play there. Doesn't find it. Gil now just might go in. Durtho finds it for Boise State second.
Beautiful pass there by Gil right there. An amazing execution from Durtho to get up to this ball quick enough and at such a steep angle to put a quality shot on net. Broncos right back in striking distance here. Sub 2 minutes, down by 1 goal here. Still a bit of Mizzou's game as quite frankly, they've had a solid amount of control throughout all of this. Now Frostbite trying to put another one on the board for Mizzou. Unable to do so as Woozy gets not 1 but 2 defensive clears here. Exodia's going to send it right back in the midfield. Gil with control. Now looking for a ceiling flip reset. Is able to get a 50. Durtho was looking for the assist. Wasn't going to find it. Now Woozy puts a shot on net off the backboard. Wow. Added to the highlight reel. Tie it up for the Broncos.
Yeah, I think that was just a little bit too steep of an angle of attack for Exodia. He makes contact with it, but then Woozy just goes flying in for the follow-up. 1 minute, 31 seconds left, and Boise State has tied things up.
right off the kickoff here. Tensions are pretty high here right now. Gil able to get past one. Now Dirtho going for a Doomsday dish off the ceiling, not able to find it. There's a little bit of entry there from the ball to the goal, but it just wasn't the right angle. Dirtho trying to get a solo play going off the ceiling, wasn't able to do it. Now Gil gets a flick over one. Now trying to find a pass from the ceiling, connect with Woozy with a pinch, not able to do it. However, though, all three of the Broncos are tied up so far into Mizzou's offensive half. This could be an opportunity for them to score, but it's not going to be so. The ball gets sent right back to their half.
Crims with a shot toward mid, blocked by Gil. Crims demos Gil right after he gets a touch onto it. Frostbite over, and it scores. Mizzou back in the lead.
Super tough to see there. Yeah, after this, this touch by Frostbite. Woozy just makes a wrong read. Gonna get a bit of an own goal there. Unfortunate, but stuff happens. Just got to move past it here. Still 43 seconds left in the game, and definitely an opportunity for more than enough time for the Broncos to put one on the board to tie it up again.
Frostbite with possession. Gil. Ooh, just enough disruption to stop that shot from going through. 30 seconds left. Dirtho not able to push it past Frostbite. Gil with possession, sets it up. Woozy in mid. He's taken away from Frostbite. Whips, and it's an open goal. Dirtho comes in at the last moment to save. Boise State with sub 15 seconds left to tie this up and possibly go to overtime. Exodia with the ball, good possession, puts it there right in the corner, and I don't think Boise State can make it back all the way across the field. We'll have to see, but I think Frostbite's going to try to ground this. It goes back to Woozy. Pop off of his roof. Crims comes in, and it hits the ground. Boise State will give up their first game in the match.
Extremely fortunate way to go out there, but nevertheless, it's only one goal, or it's only one game. Realistically, what it is, and I mean, Mizzou's doing an excellent job of still staying in this game, and we saw them switch out the tempo there in the first half of it, which I really did like to see them do. I mean, they changed from a very traditional just find the passing route, find the open lane, put a shot on net, and kind of hope it goes in, to taking destiny into their own hands. And they got a lot of demos. They got a lot of bumps. They played a lot of disruption game, and they were able to find the back of the net 2 times from opportunities like that created by themselves.
And I think we're definitely seeing enough talent from Mizzou here that, Boise State broadcast, there is something to say about, rooting for the home team. But I was thinking it would be such a pity with what we're seeing from Mizzou, the great plays that they're making, if the end score result was just a 3-0 sweep. So yeah. I'm glad for them that they were able to get a goal here. They put in some hard work, switched it up, as you said, and have gotten rewarded for it. And they'll be able to say, no matter how things turn out here, that they managed to take a game away from the top CRL Western team. Yeah, no, it's definitely a definite thing to pat yourself on the back for doing, and to really hang in with the best there. And you're sort of forcing Boise State to adapt and change by itself. And we saw that from Mizzou and the Broncos here so far in this first 3 games that we've seen so far, as we now headed to game number 4. As Exodia looking for a solo play, not going to find it. Woozy gets the defensive clear, going to connect with Gil. Now going to have to maintain control again. Crims trying to put another shot opportunity on the net. Woozy now going to try and control it, though not a whole lot of boost. Not going to be able to do too much. Dirtho gets a last-second clear off the backboard, gets 50. Crims has an opportunity, goes underneath Gil, but there's Woozy with the perfect timing rotation. Now going to attempt to take control. Gets demoed, though, by Frostbite. Zodia moves up, isn't able to keep the dribble going. Frostbite with the follow-up, blocked by the Broncos. For the last 2 games, the Broncos have started at a goal deficit. They could put one on, but that's a nice save by Exodia. Follow-up by Dirtho, blocked by Frostbite. Ooh, Frostbite not able to find the touch there. Woozy to get around one, but Crims is there in time. Dirtho looking to get the demo there to set up Gil. Not going to be able to find it. Gil has to play some shadow defense. Going to be able to execute, find the right timing for that. Exodia gets a back touch there. Dirtho with the 50, going to send it right back to the defensive half for Mizzou. Gil on the sidewall, going to control this ball. One soft touch, now going to go for an air dribble control. Gets up and over Frostbite, winning that 50 a bit. There's Woozy to send it, clearing back, but Crims was back just in time from that demo, and going to steal a boost there for the side of Woozy. Frostbite plays it around Gil. Woozy coming in for some midfield contest. Pushes it to the other side of the field. Durtho moves in, trying to find the clear. Crims will just stop him right then and there. Mizzou gaining back some territory for themselves. Gil passes to Durtho in the corner. Woozy comes in. He's got to be the goalie now. Picks up his own 100 and ready to take this back across mid. Exodia still contesting, however. Gil moves up. Can he set it up for Woozy or Durtho? They don't quite like the look of it. Don't want to take the shot quite yet.
Ooh, good bump by Gil there onto Exodia. Now Woozy has a beautiful chance to put a double on the board. Opt for the pass to try and find Gil. More like great positioning, too. Try and get the recovery. Now on the counteroffensive here, Woozy's going to get a really good save here, but still in a dangerous position to play. Gil on the back rotation there, going to be able to get a save, but Frostbite's going to send it right back on target. There's Woozy to be credited the save as well. Crims now to take control. There's Durtho flying from the other side of the screen. Going to get a beat onto Exodia as well. Not able to get the double, however, though. Frostbite's going to slow it down for control. Opt to go around Gil. Now might be going for a flick play. Connect with Crims, who pre-jumped, but not going to find it, however. And now Durtho on a solo play path. Fakes. Oh my! Wow, the pogo stick shot.
Durtho is insane in midair. Some of the stuff that he can do just completely takes matters into his own hands, puts the Broncos up to a lead, 1-0 with 2:21 left in Game 4.
I mean, just who do you expect to take that shot? Such an intense scenario. 0-0, 2 minutes left on the clock. You're not expecting somebody to take a pogo shot right there. And now with Gil to Woozy off the backboard. Oh, wow! I don't know if that was intentional by Gil, but Gil going for the demo there put also him in the perfect spot to read that touch.
It's kind of a scenario where you're already making a good play, and just things work out to where it's an even greater play, and you look like double the genius that you already were.
Take credit for it. I meant to be there. That's all you got to say. Everyone will believe you. Durtho now trying to reverse to get the touch there. Caught
Exodia.
In no man's zone.
Who else would it be from Mizzou to make things competitive again? Crims leaves it for Exodia. Gil was still moving back towards the goal. Couldn't make the 180. And 2 minutes left in this fight. Boise State now back to just a 1-goal lead.
Now we're at that 2-minute mark here. Gil trying to connect Woozy. Woozy going to get a touch up. Durtho was looking to be there for it. Opted not to go there. For whatever reason it may have been, Frostbite not trying to get it past one, is able to do it, is able to get it past Durtho as well, but not Woozy on the rotation there. Exodia looking for a play, not going to be able to get it through. Durtho's going to get a touch around Crims. Frostbite on the rebound, now trying to get a touch back down and into the midfield. Woozy to Durtho. Durtho not able to get up in time, however, and now passing it back to Gil.
Exodia pushes it off to the corner. About 1:20 left. Boise State still leading. Woozy puts one on the goal. Crims will be right there to find the save. Crims continues to move up. And the shot is blocked right in front of Mizzou's goal. Frostbite looking to pass to Exodia. Shot on goal, saved by Woozy.
Really good shot pass right there, but playing back post came an absolute clutch for Durtho and Woozy right there. Exodia now looking dangerous, looking for a touch off the backboard. Puts it a bit on target. Gil's going to be credited with the third save of the game. Durtho now trying to get around one, going to get a flick to the side here. Looking to continue with it, cuts inside, now looking to get over Exodia. Has to settle for a 50. Exodia also credited with the third save of their game. Gil coming in fast, gets one touch on the backboard. Durtho's elevated, gets a touch up. Gil trying to play disrupt, not able to get there in time. Woozy has to send it right back over to the side wall. Collects 100. Durtho's going to go for the back pass here. Has to execute this touch. Not able to do it, but Gil's there for the clear as we're just getting to about under 20 seconds right now.
Heard a little bit of a groan of frustration there as that last play transpired. Off to the side, Crims trying to keep it competitive in mid. Durtho, nice pass over to Gil. They'll juggle it between each other. Back to Woozy. Puts one on. All three go for it on the side of Mizzou. Boise State possibly going to get scored on. They just need to ground the ball right now before a buzzer beater finds it.
Can they actually do it? Crips comes in, shot on goal, wide to the right. Frostbite trying to keep the play going. Can Boise State ground it? Off the crossbar again. Are you kidding me with how much Mizzou is keeping the play going? And they're still got it in the air. Crims out on boost, but doing all he can to keep it up in the air. Boise State needs to ground it to find the win. Are you kidding me with how far this is going? Durtho takes it back toward the goal, grounded already.
There it
My
is.
voice gives out. Nope, there it
There
isn't.
it is.
There it is. Oh my goodness.
That was maybe a solid 15 to 20 seconds of continuous keep up.
I
from Mizzou
think
right
it was
there.
just a dare at the very end there to see my voice give out. I think it was a running match that they decided to have at the very end there.
You never really know, but they nevertheless they kind of clutched it out at the very end of it, keeping the ball up that long. They definitely gave they gave us a bit of heart attack. They took 2 shots on net there that probably maybe could have found their way in the back of it if not been the Broncos defense. But nevertheless, the Broncos pull out ahead, and not in spectacular fashion as I was expecting. I was expecting a 3-0 and quite honestly the games to just be blowouts. But Mizzou proved me a bit wrong there and proved to be a bit of a tough opponent at times.
Now, do you have someone that you want to nominate who, in your personal view, would be player of the game?
You know, I'm actually going to go with Woozy there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Woozy. I think Woozy had a very solid impact throughout the series.
I know it sounds cliche, but I think I got to give it to Durtho with that pogo shot. I mean, being the one to go up 2-1 to push the Broncos in the lead, and that was the start of the drive in the final game to get them to the victory. So, but honestly, like we've been saying all game, all of Boise State's players make such great plays, and it's saying that you could easily nominate any 3 of them.
Yeah, also just slight plug, Gil, also kind of a GOAT. Absolutely a GOAT.
He's the anchor. If there's anyone who's an anchor and dependable for Boise State, I think it's Gil. Plus, the anchor-Gil thing, it kind of goes with the nautical theme, so that works out too. Anyway, that'll do it for this game tonight, but we will leave you with the top 5 plays of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. They've got several jobs, many of which have a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. You can live here, work here, and serve here. You can seek them out on Instagram at iGuard Idaho. But that'll do it for us tonight. Thank you for watching. Congrats to the Broncos for the win, and enjoy your top 5 plays. Mizzou, who will take home the first win in this best of 5. Will Boise State sweep this with a complete 3-0? We're ready.
Left here on the kickoff.
Durtho moves off to the side to contest with Frostbite. Now they have an open goal. Durtho sees it, puts it in, and we're up to 4-0.
Just elevated, gets a touch of the wheels, leaving for Durtho, but Durtho has boost and is going to find Woozy on the other side. A redirect, going to find it past Grins, and wow, just like that, they're going to be right back in striking distance.
Exodia tries to bounce up, but Woozy wins that crucial 50 to put one on the goal. Bronk take the play forward. Demo onto Crims again. Gil coming in, trying to dunk it down with Durtho. Can he get it? He scores!
That's exactly what you love to see there. And there's that flashy mechanical ability in combination with team play and cohesiveness. That Demo, pre-planned, absolutely nasty. Exodia is able to get a 50. Durtho was looking for the assist, wasn't going to find it. Now Woozy puts a shot on net off the backboard. Wow! Add it to the highlight reel. Tie it up for the Broncos.
I think that was just a little bit too steep of an angle of attack for Exodia. He makes contact with it, but then Woozy just goes flying in for the
pre-jumped, but not going to find it, however. And now Durtho on a solo play path, fakes. Oh my! Wow, the pogo stick shot.
Durtho is insane in midair. Some of the stuff that he can do just completely takes matters into his own hands.